Hello everyone, welcome to Vishnu IAS Academy. Today we will discuss about some of the current affairs. But before discussing about the current affairs, I want to tell you about the importance of newspaper as a part of preparation, whether it's for prelims or for the mains. So as mains are approaching, and many students may think like only current affairs or newspaper is important for only for prelims, but it's not. It's even important for mains. So if you see, there is a question regarding to Vedic society and religion in a 2023 question paper. So why they have given that question? Because mostly if you see in art and culture or any history questions related to ancient will be compared to less in the question paper. So in the Hindu paper, if you see that year, there is an archaeologist department which got the evidence of some Sanskrit text related to Rig Veda. That's why they asked you the question related to the Rig Vedic, that is nothing but a Vedic society. So if you see this article, even what are the points you need to mention for this question also, mostly in this. So if you ask me what are the features are still prevailing, first one may be nothing but a Sanskrit, right? Still we have Sanskrit. Other one may be patriarchal society. So, and next one may be Vedas, which we even follow today. So these all are mentioned in this what you call newspaper. So that's why they have asked you the question. So with that we can see, by revising, reading the newspaper regularly and following the current affairs, we can easily answer the questions even given in the mains. So now let's go into the some of the current affairs. So first coming to the first current affair. So we have an copper plate inscription. We got it from a Mallikarjuna Swami temple in Srisailam. Srisailam is nothing but a Shiva temple which is in the Kannur district of, that is present day Nandyala district of Andhra Pradesh. So where we got the evidence of copper plate inscription which says about the Halley comet. So what is the importance of Halley comet? Halley comet is the first known orbital comet. So if you see, Halley comet was first discovered by, that is first its orbit was set by Edmund Halley in around 1705. He has said its orbital period may be vary from 76 to 80 years. But unfortunately, without seeing the Halley comet, he died. So later on, if you see, you have seen the Halley comet in 1986 and next would be in 2061. So the comet which has 76 to 80 years, 76 to 80 years of suborbital period, this also mentioned in our ancient different civilization texts like Roman and even in a Greek text and Mesopotamia text. So all these texts or all these civilizations also mentioned about the Halley comet. But this is the first time even in our medieval history there is an evidence of Halley comet. Now if you see this, so in this inscription in Sanskrit it is written like it is belonged to a Vijayanagara dynasty, because this inscription belonged to 446 CE, which is nothing but a Vijayanagara dynasty ruled that time, right? So it says Lingamanaraya is a Brahmin from Kadapulanka, nothing but present day Kadapa, has been given a Agrahara by king named Mallikarjuna. So why he has given this Agrahara or land to this Brahmin? Because usually even today we'll think if some comet appears, it's a unauspicious thing. That's what even you can see in the Magadhira movie also, right? So in the same way, Even they thought, even the king of that time thought, because of the appearance of comet, it is unauspicious for them. So that's why he has donated land, or we call it as agrahara, to the Brahmin Lingamanaya, so that it would be better for the people or society of that time. That's what mentioned in the copper plate inscription. So if you say these are all the sum of the sentences written in the Sanskrit which says about the comet and the meteors as well. So this is the one we got it recently from the Mallikarjuna Swami temple in the Sri Sailam. And coming to the next current affair. So, as we know, recently PM Modi has inaugurated centenary celebration, that is but 100 years of celebration of a just conversation between a Sri Narayana Guru and Mahatma Gandhi. Actually, we should not call it as a just, because it's not only a conversation. If it's just a conversation, there is like no need to celebrate 100 years, right? It's a more than a conversation. Actually, this conversation has paved a way to our freedom movement. It showed a path to our movement, freedom movement. That's why we are here today with a peaceful life. So that's why it's very important. So let's see why and how. So if you observe Narayana Guru and Mahatma Gandhi, actually they met first time as a part of Vaikom Satyagraha. So before going deep into this, now let's see about the Sri Narayana Guru. Okay, Sri Narayana Guru is basically from Edzwa community of Kerala. Okay, so Edzwa community of Kerala. So he belongs to Edzwa community. So Edzwa community are nothing but they are Ayurvedic practitioners. So they read all the Upanishads, all the Vedic texts in order to get the knowledge of Ayurvedic medicines. That's what they do. But they are like, they treat as a deprived class. So because of that, Narayana Guru has faced so many hurdles in his life. That's why he has converted his pain to a mission. That's what here we can see in the upcoming slides, or in this slide. So he was born as in Edzwa community on August 20th, 1856 to Mother Asan Kuttiyamma. They are nothing but Ayurvedic physicians. So what happened? So while he was learning about the Upanishads and Vedas, they were only meant for Ayurvedic treatment because they are physicians. But Narayana Guru, what he did, instead of learning about the only medical text or medicine related things, he also started studying deeply about the Upanishads and Vedas. That's why he thought, and he gave an important slogan like there is only one God, one religion, and one caste. So he has spent his whole life in Varkala, which is in present day Kerala. So after that, he started meditating for some days in the Neyyar river. So from Neyyar river, what he did, he got an Shivalinga and named that Shivalinga as Edzvalinga. Nothing but all the lingas present, all the Shivalingas, or we call it as a Edzva Shiva also. So all the Shivalingas present that time were completely, or temples of that time were completely allowed to only Brahmins. So he faced a discrimination, and that discrimination led to a discretion of new lingas or new idols and named them as only for Edzvas. So in that way, he converted most of the 48 idols in temples as for Edzva community. So in that way, he is very important. So coming back to the conversation, actually when he met the Gandhi, They both talked about the all religious matters, how to get how to attain a salvation, and how to abolish untouchability, and various social evils of that time. So, if you ask me, if they talk about that thing, then why is so important? It's important because after having conversation with Narayana Guru, even if you see Mahatma Gandhi changed his newspaper name Young India to Harijan. From that time, even Mahatma Gandhi, our father of nation, started concentrating upon untouchability and the lower communities, nothing but Harijans. That's why he kept name and he changed the newspaper as Harijan. So coming to Narayana Guru, he also played an important role in other things as well. So he organized